Thank you. Uh, Thank you very much, Cambridge, and a very good afternoon to all the colleagues here. I thought Cambridge is apolitical an organization, but every time a Cambridge Schools conference is hosted or held, this government is always at the crossroad of change in Pakistan, on the lighter side. Ladies and gentlemen, my fellow colleagues and fellow educators and academics and school leaders and practitioners, this has been the biggest closure of teaching and learning post the Second World War. 1.6 billion learners were out of school. Humanity and mankind has never seen such a closure of teaching, learning, and society. And I always say that for schooling and education systems to evolve, and coming to the question that has the pandemic impacted or changed schooling forever, you must understand one thing, that the only thing that shall remain certain in the future is called uncertainty. And the only thing that shall be considered as a constant shall be called change itself within your classrooms and teaching and learning pedagogies. If you are to be able to evolve yourself, both as a teacher, a pedagogue, as a practitioner, as a school, you must have the ability to unlearn, learn, and relearn. Now, coming to the topic and the theme, that has it impacted schooling? In fact, it has impacted the scope of schooling. It has given us an opportunity to revisit, rediscover, and reshape the scope of schooling. Schooling is a different concept as compared to teaching and learning provision, as is curriculum a different concept to syllabus. Pedagogy is different to andragogy. So it's very important for you to understand when we say that it has impacted the scope of a schooling, the question is that you must revisit yourself. Is school an extension of home, or is home an extension of school? The moment you start thinking about it, you will realize that pandemic has given an alternative opportunity. It has been able to replace exams with empathy. It has been able to replace grades with grounds. It has been able to replace curriculum with compassion. We have always been hearing, and especially with all these universities and platforms, that technology shall replace the teacher in 21st century. Quarter of the 21st century is gone. I would like to demystify this myth or rhetoric. Technology shall never replace the teacher. The teachers, those who do not use technology, shall be replaced by the ones, please listen this carefully, technology shall never replace the teacher. Teachers, those who do not use technologies, shall be replaced by the ones, those who do use technology. So the impact of digital platform, edtech, and remaining platforms shall remain there. Always remember that we have had a challenge with the access, equity, and connectivity. When we talk about equity, there's also an equity in teaching and learning. Access has been a challenge. Not all families had the access or the tools, and connectivity is clearly privileged, like my fellow colleague said. In the past, we were used to a concept called curriculum. Gone are the days of hurriculum. With the curriculum, it is becoming variculum for the society. Gone are the days. My colleague referred to single national curriculum. It was the single national confusion. I am a member of the National Curriculum Council, and I say it publicly, that was the biggest educational mistake that we made, and inshallah we shall all revert to the normal and to back again. Digital inclusion. 10 years our teachers have been doing the journey from email to where you stand today. You went through Microsoft trainings, you went through digital inclusion, you went through digital literacy. There's a whole generation of Googles and Facebooks and so on and so forth. But what we wanted to achieve as school communities over the last 10 years, public or private, both, do not underestimate semi-urban and peri-urban communities. What we wanted to achieve over the last 10 years, we achieved over the last 10 weeks during COVID in terms of digital inclusion, ICT integration, and digital literacy. Pakistan ki teachers They are not heroes. They are sheroes, she version of heroes. They had done such a fantastic job with online digital teaching and learning provision that it created a new version of the social contract, which was based on trust, authenticity, and visibility. Minus the children at an early school level which suffered, by at large, our men and women, they did very well. In the end, I've always said that family is the best classroom. This pandemic has given us an opportunity to rediscover who we are, the social contract, humanity, society. When children are at home, they have been able to discover physics through their toys, chemistry through the kitchen, biology in the garden, artificial intelligence from their laptops and iPads, and arts through their paintbrushes. So, pandemic has taught us its own lessons. As we move forward, Cambridge, we must reflect on the curriculum, on the concept of examinations, and mental health and well-being and inclusivity and equity should be at the heart of everything that we do. Thank you.
It hasn't felt sweeter than it did today to be forgotten.